Hello everyone and welcome again to another PBR battle. 6 versus 6 singles UU/NU. Something in that tier bracket, we're not going to be too fussed about it. This is against user Apathyken, who you should, if I've uploaded these in the correct order, you should have seen in the doubles pass already the battle before. Lead with my Venomoth, as you saw last time against Tyler, aka CC, and the sleep powder hits again, which is quite weird really, because normally I would have missed if I'd gone for 2 in a row. Anyway, it hit and he's asleep because obviously I outspeed, contrary to last time where I got a psychic to the face. And it's quite nice because I've been able to set toxic spikes up, the sash is still intact, it stays asleep, so all is well, and I'm thinking I could put another layer of toxic spikes up here, but in case it wakes up I'll use Bug Buzz, and because of the Venomoth's ability it does over half despite the fact it resisted. Got a completely irrelevant and pointless drop, but then I get T-waved, which is unfortunate because it takes probably the most useful stat a Venomoth has out of order completely. But on the positive side, the sash is still there, and you got to work with it. So the Aggron switches out, and obviously Aggron when it switches back in won't get affected by toxic spikes, and neither will that Rotom that switched in due to Levitate. But it doesn't matter too much because Bug Buzz to that did over half, it probably did a good 3/5. So I'm not too fussed about that one either, because it used Shadow Ball, which is to be expected. It was going to be either that or Thunderbolt, and the sash would be there even if it had not that far down. It didn't. Bug Buzz, hit, kill. Simple. Paralysis hacks hasn't been in effect yet. Can you tell a professional I am narrating from that sound effect? That comes back in, and there's no point switching. It's very crippled. It's on low health. It's paralysed. It uses Stealth Rock. I was hoping I'd get a Bug Buzz off and kill it if that was the case. It didn't get power hacked, which is unfortunate because odds are it probably would have been killed by that, but never mind. Head Smash turns up. It hits by 80% accuracy. I can't complain. 75% sleep powder hit from me, so that killed probably a good 2-3 times over, something in that region. So I send out Slowking, and I'm not sure whether this will be slower or quicker than the Aggron. It shouldn't matter too much. And then, yeah, there you go. I pressed the 2 button instead of the 1 button, which meant I clicked on Thunder Wave instead of going back to the previous screen. But luckily it doesn't matter too much because it switches into his Umbreon, which I'm going to switch out anyway, regardless of what move I pick there, because Umbreon is very dangerous to a Slowking. So I was thinking I could switch to quite a lot of things in there. I could probably stall him out, but I decided that I'm going to try and force him to switch out again, because there are things in his team that I think would be easy to deal with in his Umbreon, chief among which would be stuff like the Persian, which I would happily take on, especially with the Scarf, so I know I'll outspeed it. It doesn't turn up, and I could have gone for a different move to Brick Break here, but it was a precaution because I knew he had Wish, so I didn't know if he'd switch or not. He does, he switches the Jump Love, and I was really ruining it because I was thinking in the back of my mind, maybe I should use one of the Elemental Punches. And I didn't, so that means I had to switch out because obviously I can't switch moves. But the one advantage of having a Grass type, special defensive-ish wall, is that it can't be Leech Seeded, which is convenient. It falls asleep, unfortunately, so another sleep power of 75% accuracy hits. And I just know I can't be Leech Seeded. I'm thinking, what's the one attacking move that a Jumpluff usually has? It's something like Giga Drain. That's what I was used to seeing. So I thought, it won't be able to hurt me, so I'll stay in and wait till I wake up again. Despite the fact it's put his sub up. I know it can't. Well, I was thinking at the time, it couldn't. How much damage should it possibly do? Then I realised it's running Aerial Ace. And despite it being super effective, because Jumpluff has no attack power at all, it didn't do a right lot. With the leftovers put in, it probably did about a quarter combined. So it does another just over a quarter. I wake up. The hidden power, if anyone's interested or you don't know already, is Rock, not Ice. I had an oddish with hidden power Ice, but I thought Rock was a bit more obscure, and it can hit those pesky fire types as well, much harder. So I thought saying, if I wake up, I'm hoping his sleep powder will miss, and it didn't. So now I'm thinking, maybe I should switch out because it's seemingly I can't win, and maybe I'll make him go out, because obviously this Steelix is the one with Roar, so I can force him out. And I'd rather my Blossom was asleep than my Steelix, really. Seeing that his pass would have been a bit more, it's not quite as fond as the Blossom, I feel. Anyway, he uses Leech Seed, which doesn't do right a lot. I roar it out. Aggron switches in, I believe, so he gets a bit of health That's about it. That was a bit of a net boring turn, wasn't it? There you go, here's some health. They both got quite a lot of health, so you can see similar proportions went down to up. I'm going to switch the Slow King back in again potentially, or I could go for Medicham. Both work here. Yeah, I think I go for the Slow King, don't I? I could have switched the Medicham in, but odds are whatever attack it would use would do more damage. It uses Raw anyway. And conveniently for me, the Medicham switches in. So that saved me a whole bother of choosing which one to bring in, because it brought it in for me. And I'm not thinking anything about prediction here, I'm thinking just kill the aggron if it stays in. And it does, and it dies. Nice and lovely. People ask me why do you not use high jump kick over brick break. If you've seen my luck from previous battles over the 200 or so that I've done now, I tend to miss with almost anything that can miss. So yeah, that's why I've not bothered with that. Anyway, the Kingler comes in and it gets poisoned. The poison, once again, in this battle, like it did in the one against Captain Chicken Wing, has proved pivotal yet again. And because I can't switch moves, and I've got nothing better to switch into, I use Brick Break, and it does a lot of damage. But so does his Crab Hammer, to such an extent that I now can't switch out. Because if I switch in, the Stealth Rock will kill it again. So I'm just going to decide to stay in and hit anything I can as hard as I can. A completely and utterly pointless crit there. The only types of crit, apart from that lucky one on Fraligator in a previous battle, as you'll have seen if you paid attention. And what I was thinking here is I'm going to get Fake out. And there's not a lot I can do about it. I might as well stay in. But no, it doesn't turn up. And this is where poison's very useful. Is that the sash goes off, but it doesn't matter if it's sashed or not, because the poison's going to take it out. So both sides go down on this turn. And, you know, to be honest, I've not bought my Bastion, and the last time I had a Persian Pwn was when one was running Hidden Power Fighting, so I'm not particularly scared of it. I get to bring in one of my favourite Pokemon for this pass, which is the Quillfish. And I'm thinking, yeah, Umbreon's quite defensive, so I'll stat up on it. Because unless it's some really, really weird variety, I shouldn't have to be a problem. It's poisoned as it is. And I know it has Wish already, so it'll probably use that, and it does. But then I don't really know what it's going to do. I'm hoping, and this is the problem, I'm hoping that it doesn't have Sucker Punch, is what I'm thinking in my mind right now. Because if it does, it could, you know, null the fact that I can outspeed it. And if it has Curse, which a lot of them do, and this one does, just to prove that, if it has Sucker Punch as well, it can beat me one-on-one. Wish comes back for it, so it's got full health until the poison kicks in. The poison, it takes 4 turns worth of poison to do the same amount of damage as Wish can heal for it. But after those 2 swords dances, it does a lot of damage, even though the Umbreon's been cursing at the other side. It didn't flinch, but again, it didn't really matter too much. And, you know, he's only got the jump bluff left, so I don't have to do any prediction on any part. I just use Poison Jab if for some reason he was insane and decided to switch. And I'm pretty certain he's a relatively smart person, so that wasn't really the case. Doesn't matter anyway, because it goes down, and because the Blossom's asleep, and he doesn't break the sleep clause because he's not an evil arse of a person, he can't use Sleep Powder. He only has Aerial Ace, Leech Seed and Sub, so whatever he does here, he's stuck and checkmated. Because I know that after all those boosts I'm going to one-hit kill it. And there we are, another battle done, another narration done. Don't know when I'll get the next one, but who cares, we'll find out when we get there. Talk to you later, folks.